Okay, hey friends, I am back. I know I haven't been creating a video for the past 2 to 3 weeks. I have been spending the last 2 weeks doing certain life things, also known as working and coming up with a small side business that I've kind of officially launched. Today's content is going to be slightly different. It's going to be more chatty, and also at the same time I'll be sharing with you guys a new product that I've gotten from one of the brands that I've been working with for the longest time. And so today I'm actually partnering up together with BenQ to showcase a monitor that I'm finally able to use with my MacBook. The thing is that I've been editing on my MacBook Pro for the longest time, and I'm starting to see the limitations of being able to edit on just a single screen. So in order for me to optimize my workflow and just get videos out faster, I just felt like having a second monitor is going to be so much more useful. Oh my god. So this right here is the PD2706UA Monitor. Like I was mentioning earlier on, the things that I was looking at was color accuracy, looking at how functional it is, how practical it is, and this kind of checks all the boxes. Being a MacBook Pro user, I just wanted a monitor that allows me to pretty much plug and play, and it kind of replicates the colors of what I see on the MacBook. The other thing is that if there's going to be color differences, then obviously I'm not going to be able to use the monitor, right? So let's just go ahead, set this up, and I'll share with you guys more as we go along.
Alexa's dreaming now, drifting off my couch. We walked down street she's walked 1,000 times. At the AM that night, under palm tree lights, for the first time I came alive when summer died. I didn't want it to close its eyes on me. I shook off every warning. Sometimes you gotta know when to say goodbye. It didn't hurt at first, singing every word, but when I finally cut through blurry lines, I was horrified. Raining in my room, been that way since June. By the time it dried, I came alive and summer died. Alexa's waking up.
This is how the entire monitor setup looks like when it's decked out. There's very minimal cables here, everything is hidden, and I really like it. So there's only one thing I should take note of whenever I'm setting up something new, and that is to read through the setup guide. Because I tend to struggle with fixing and understanding which steps goes in first, but other than that, it's actually very straightforward when you follow the setup guide. So before I go into the functionalities of the monitor, just let me show you guys what the Ergo Arm here is all about. First, let me just move this monitor to the side. This is a C-clamp stem, which BenQ actually calls it as an Ergo Arm. And I would say the overall build quality of this is really solid. It's designed with the intention of comfort and flexibility. The reason why I chose the monitor with an Ergo Arm is because I do not like my desk space to be filled with different items. So I just wanted to keep everything very clean and tidy. And once you have the monitor right in front of you, it's just super clean. If you take a look at the arm, I can put my monitor into just about any position I want. I can bring it forward, I can push it back, I can swivel it side to side, I can adjust the height up and down, and I also can tilt it up and tilt it downwards. So I could literally move it in any direction I want, as long as I have space around my table to do so. So another functionality about this monitor is that I'm able to display the screen vertically by pivoting it. And technically, this can either act as a primary or secondary monitor, depending on your needs. So it's super useful. Take a look at this. This is how it looks like when it's in the vertical mode. You can easily turn it with one hand. You can also look at my cable management. I've actually kept everything within this channel at the back right here. So this is where all the cables goes. And so because of that, I'm able to keep the desk space really clean. So I guess if you are someone who is very into cable management and you do not want to have any cable showing, this is definitely something that you can consider. It just snaps back in. Before I get into all the monitor specifications, if you are wondering who this designer monitor is made for, I would say that if you are a Mac user and you want color consistency between the monitor and your MacBook display, and also at the same time a one-stop connectivity between your laptop to the monitor, then this would probably be the monitor for you. If you are wondering about the color accuracy, what BenQ also does is that they run a factory calibration on each of their monitor as soon as they leave the factory. If you are ever thinking about gaming on this monitor, I would say please don't use it for gaming because this monitor right here is 60Hz. The refresh rate isn't fast enough. I would recommend at least 140Hz monitor. And so you can check out BenQ's Zoe line of product. I've tried those before. Trust me, it's great for gaming. So now I'm just going to run through the different ports that you are getting on this monitor. So on the back side of the monitor, there are two USB-A ports, one USB port, the Hotkey Puck port, one HDMI 2.0, there's also one DisplayPort 1.4, and there's also one USB-C port with power output delivery up to 90 watts, which means that you can connect your laptop with a single cable and you'll be able to keep most laptops charged while using it. Not forgetting that there's also a built-in KVM, which stands for your keyboard, video and mouse. So there's a switch functionality which allows the user to control two different systems from one set of keyboard and mouse. What I also really like about this monitor is the fact that there are also ports on the side. So there's a USB-C, USB-A port, and also a headphone jack on the side, which makes it very accessible when you want to quickly transfer over some files or plug in a wired headphone. Now let's just touch a bit on this monitor that you see right here. It's a 27-inch USB-C designer monitor that comes along with a matte 4K display. It supports a 95% P3 color space, which is also the color space used in MacBooks. So it's pretty much compatible with the colors between your MacBook and the monitor. It also supports 99% sRGB and Rec 709. I know whatever I'm saying right now sounds really technical, but all you have to know is that the color space that this monitor is using is the same as what you have on the MacBook, and thus they are compatible. And going beyond that, they are also consistent. So the thing about using external monitors is that you don't want to end up having two different colors, one on your Mac display and one on your external monitor. Another thing about this monitor is that there are just so many different color modes on it. You can see that there are plenty of options available, sRGB, Display P3, Rec 709, and you can see that the one that I'm currently using right now is MBook, which is basically MacBook, which is also what I have connected to the monitor right now. So what this means is that when you connect the monitor to a Mac device, it is just going to sync the colors together. So the color management is going to be the same as what you see here on the monitor versus what you see on your MacBook display. As far as color consistency goes, I would say that in general, BenQ is pretty consistent for its colors edge to edge. There are certain monitors where you're going to see inconsistent colors from the middle all the way to the edges of the monitor. Whereas for BenQ, they are generally really good, where you can see color consistency from the corners of your monitor all the way down to the middle and inside of it. These are the three buttons that comes along on the back of the monitor, and there's also a joystick right here to help you control the monitor settings. But there was really no need for me to use all this, as it comes along with this controller, which BenQ calls it the Hotkey Puck. So this controller right here does the exact same functions as what you have at the back of the monitor. Everything that you need on the monitor, this Hotkey Puck can do for you. So each of the buttons here are fully programmable, and you can also custom set the different kind of modes that you would like. You can also use it to adjust brightness or also at the same time volume on the monitor. So this is the entire review of the PD2706UA monitor from BenQ, and I would say that if you are using any MacBook products and you are currently looking for an external monitor, definitely do consider this, because like I said, I was the one that sent over a request to BenQ for this specific monitor. I think it hits the right spot in terms of the price to quality, and there are definitely other monitors that's in the thousands of dollars, but you have to ask yourself, like, does it fit your needs? If you guys have any questions, let me know down in the comments box below. If not, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna head over to the office, take some photos, and put this to the test.